So, yeah, be concerned, but this team, if it takes care of the ball and if it rebounds, I still think, I swear to you, I think there's a top 10 team in there. I really do believe that. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I've been wrong before. But, and I'm not afraid to tell you if my mind changes. I'm like, well, everything I just thought, guys, rip that up, throw it away. I keep all these notes for a reason. This is every show we've ever done. I know what I've said. I mean, all of it right there. I don't delete it. It's there. I'll stand by it. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But if you want to see things through a fair prism that perhaps shades a little bit toward, naive, but I still think fair, is that if Tennessee had won both of those games last week, Tennessee would not learn lessons it needs to learn. Because if you get away with things like that and you win, I don't care if it's Rick Barnes sitting there making you watch film for 4 hours. In the back of your head, you're like, yeah, but we won. Man, look, we weren't even near our best and we won. Sometimes you got to take the L. And if Tennessee, which arguably did not deserve to win the A&M game, great fight back, a lot of grit, give them credit for that. But they led for 79 seconds in regulation, okay? And they still won the game. And there's lessons you can take from that, and one of them is that a game's never over. And then 4 days later, a team leads against you for less than 40 seconds, I think 34 seconds in regulation, and beats you. You obviously did not learn anything because you just proved that a big lead or a lead for an entire game can be worthless. You just proved it on the same floor 4 days ago. And then you didn't learn. So yes, I think in the big picture, if Tennessee wants to get where it wants to get, it's going to have to learn. It's going to have to lose games like that to learn. Because if you leave the stove on but you don't get burned, you might leave the stove on again. If you go out there and you burn yourself, you'll learn. You should, right? I mean, a couple days ago, 4 days before, you watched somebody burn their hand on it. So you should have learned then. But, hey, I guess you needed to get your hand burned. Okay. Well, guess what? Now your hand's burned. And if you're not going to learn now, you ain't going to learn. Take care of the basketball. Effort on the glass. There's a good team in there. I still think that. And maybe you don't, and that's fine. I still do. But you should be a little embarrassed right now. Just frankly, you should. Now, not enough to where you can't show your head or anything like that, but you ought to be a little embarrassed. So what are you going to do about it? You got a week to sit there and be miserable in practice, and then you go to Tuscaloosa. Good luck with that. And if you turn the ball over there, be a lot worse than this one was. A lot worse. You will get run out of that building. So go in there, take your medicine this week, and learn.